friends, it's Steve Rosati with Bass Musician Magazine. On this quick tips, this really quick condensed lesson today, we're going to look at palm muting. It's kind of the way that I do palm muting, which is a variation on the way that most people do it. I like to include a, kind of going back to that tremolo exercise though, where we did the thumb down and those fingers up. I like to use my thumb and this finger to kind of go back and forth like a pick with my palm. So when we go and we do a palm mute kind of technique, it's really important. Placement is everything. So we want to really look at where we're placing the palm of the hand. Now, when you palm the bass, you got to watch where you lay it down on the neck, because the farther up you go from the bridge, the deader the string's going to be. And what we're looking for is a muted note, not a complete dead note. We want a muted note. And what we're going to do is taking this palm right here, so we're looking at this fleshy part right here, because we want to make sure that is on the bridge, and we control how much pressure we place up and down on the strings with the palm. And that's going to mute how much of the string we want to hear or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my palm, I'm going to place it on the saddles of the bridge, and then slide forward. So you can do that with me. Place them on the saddles, slide forward. If you have a bridge cover on, it's going to be a little bit different. You have to modify this. If you don't, that's why I'm using my Music Man today, because it doesn't have the bridge cover, so it's very easy to do this. So I place my hand on, slide forward a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing thumb strokes down. Remember when I mentioned Monk Montgomery? Monk Montgomery played the pick, but he originally started kind of like Wes Montgomery, using the tug bar and pulling down with the thumb. So we're going to pull down with the thumb, but we're going to place it real close to the bridge. So now what I have is my palm in here, and it's like at a chop coming in like this, and then I'm going to slide forward, I'm going to roll it. Now I'm cupping my hand. I'm not laying my hand flat and doing this. I'm actually having a little bit of a cup. And when I cup, I strike down on the string. So I'm striking through the string there. So I'm actually tugging the string down with my thumb to the string behind it. And I'm going to do this on each one. To make this work, you have to move the hand. It has to oscillate to the string that you're on, because if I try to keep my hand in one position, I hit that G string, it's going to be very awkward. So what I do is just like the floating thumb. So all these things kind of work with that floating thumb technique that we did in the beginning. Sliding your hand down and making sure that the line of the thumb follows the line of the string, right? I know that probably doesn't make sense to anybody watching this, but for me it does. Is that my thumb is in line with my string there. So if you see, my thumb is laying right on it. My palm, my hand is a little bit cupped. I pluck, 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 pluck. I go to the next string, pluck, pluck, pluck. I'm just tugging down, pluck, thump, thump, thump. And then finally on the last one, thump, thump, thump. So that's kind of that palm mute with the thumb. If you're just going to do like a thumb technique. And we get that palm mute in there. Now the other part of that is what I was talking about, was that upward motion. So I'm going to bring my finger up. Now, I like to make it almost like I'm grabbing something, like I'm going to hold the pick. So my fingers are actually crossed like this, right? So the pick's not in there, but my fingers are there. So as I go through, my palm is still making contact, but what I'm doing is I'm going down, and my finger's already right there to come back up the string. So I'm going through the string, my finger's right there, and I just pull up. I go to the next string, same thing. And I just move the whole mechanism up and down. Let's do that again. Get you a better angle on that. Chop in, lay down. So it's not flat, it's just that part right here. I go through. Doom, doom, thump, 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 thump. So those are all dead, but if I want to mute them. And then I have that motion. So that motion's really important. So in, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So very small motion of the hand. I'm not dragging my finger up like this. It's already there, so I'm just pulling the hand back. So it's that. So when I put it into context, I put it into use, and I go. So just that thumb up and down, finger up, thumb down, palm mute. So by going in and doing that, you're going to get a really cool sound. Take your time with it, have fun with it. It's really, in the beginning, it's just getting the mechanism together, so it's kind of using that tremolo thing that we worked on before, simplifying it down to its core principle, which is just finger and thumb, up and down with the palmed hand with the palm mute. Take your time with it. It's a lot of fun. So I like to use that technique a lot. We hear it in a lot of different places. It's really great for grooves. It's really great if you want like a really dead thumpy sound. Give it a shot, have some fun with it. Make it work for you. Everybody's hands, I can't say this enough from years and years of teaching. Everybody's hands are different. Everybody's going to have a different approach. No one way is right. So take your time with it, figure out what works for you. If you modify it, awesome. Let me know. I would love to know what you've done with it. Send me a video of you playing. That video you can send me at stevethebassguy@yahoo.com. And if you want to take lessons with me, you can shoot me up there or just ask me a question if you want to. And if you enjoy these lessons, make sure you tune in to Bass Musician Magazine's lesson sequence. And for more cool videos coming your way, it's a really awesome place. Make sure to subscribe to Bass Musician Magazine. Follow us, updated all the time. Really great resource for all things bass. Thanks again for hanging out with me. This was palm muting. I'm going to call this palm grease. Thanks for hanging out with me, and be cool and keep thumping away, all right?